Hey all, welcome to the Quilt Junkie Threadquarters. This is where all the things get made and all the quote magic happens. It's not really magic, it's mostly just a lot of tenacity and some cuss words, and sometimes you get quilts and cross stitch items at the end of your journey. So my name's Jenny, but I go by the Quilt Junkie over on Instagram if you want to pop over there and kind of do some backtracking of some previous works. I don't keep a lot of what I make, so if you want to go over there and kind of see my style and kind of what I get into, you can follow me there. I just thought I would start a channel to document my makes because I've recently had some questions about the king size quilt that I made for my parents. We'll call them Mom and Dad Quilt Junkie. They are very supportive. Hi Mom, I know if anyone's watching this in the whole world, it's my mom. So hi Mom. That was the Big Sky Star quilt and it was a beast, and I've had some questions about it on Instagram and my DMs, and I honestly don't know because I just don't document things, but I thought, you know what, new year, new channel. So here we are, we're doing it, having a decent eyebrow day, so we're just gonna go for it. I would like to use this channel as kind of a goal setting opportunity because I like to make a lot of things for Christmas gifts, birthday gifts, etc., so forth. And what happens is I have a lot of ideas, but I get squirreled a lot, and I either start something new and then feel like I'm in an Instapot around the holidays, and so I would like to kind of take a load off of that, and so you can enjoy the holiday a little bit more, for me anyway. So I feel like if I put it out into the world, I will maybe be more motivated to reach a goal, or like kind of stay on task. One of my really good stitchy friends, Tara, she's a Wilda Woman Crafts. I met her through some BNS retreats. She has a gift about, she sets it, she puts it into the world, and I mean, she's like a dog with a bone. She is so good at that, and I just kind of want to be more like Tara when I grow up, so we're gonna work on it. And I will try to keep this as ladylike as possible, but just so you know, I am a descendant of a sailor and may have been a pirate in my past life, so some profanity slip out. Sorry now, sorry Mom. I'm gonna try, but like, you know, I have kind of a sharp tongue and quick to react to things. So me and my husband live out here, and we have a dog named Pepper. He's an English Shepherd, so you may see him in and out around. And we also have a mini pig named Wendell, and I'll pop a picture in probably here because there's a lot of space, and so you can see him. He's quite the conversation starter. He's a hot mess is what he is, but anyway, I will kind of if you see me on any retreats or anything, that's kind of my nomer is the girl with the pig. So that's where we are. We live here now, so pull up a chair, and I'm just gonna kind of jump in with my stitching first, and then I'll move on to quilting. I've been stitching for, I guess, since like 2019, 2020. I don't have a lot of finishes with me. What you're gonna see is just kind of like what I pulled from basically the Christmas tree, because my tree is still up and will be up for a while. I love Christmas, so I get into a hurry to put the tree up, but not to take it down. So I guess my oldest one, and I'm just saying my oldest one because I actually put a date on this one. This is a fully finished object that I did in 2020. This is something from Stitching with the Housewives. I know it's DMC. It's probably some Ada from the Hoblob, and I finished it into this ornament. That's huge, and I love it. It's in your face. So there's one, and then this is a Prairie Schooler. This is when I got real fancy, and it looks like I, well, I know I ordered that chart off the internet, and it looks like I coffee and tea dyed some Hoblob Ada here. This is Santa Rides, Prairie Schooler. I mean, come on, look at that. It's a hot air balloon with some like quilty vibes going on. And this is a variegated DMC. Like, who was I even? I don't even know what year it is or anything. I don't have time for that. So, and then this is a companion piece off this same chart where we are in a boat going places. So again, this is stitched on some kind of fabric with some kind of DMC and some ear. I don't know, whatever. It is what it is. So here we are. Love that. And then this one's more recent, maybe last year, I'm not really sure. And I'm going to show you this, but I just want to say we're not going to talk about anything other than stitching. I don't want to talk about performance or anything, but we are huge Aggie fans around here. Both my parents are fighting Texas Aggies. So I charted this myself. So if you want it, just holler and I'll give it to you. I'm sure it's this is from Michael's, I'm pretty sure. And so it's just a frame, and I just slapped it on there with some fabric that I had left over. And so that's that. If again, I can't be bothered to put any years on things, but whatever. I mean, if it's in my house, who else stitched it is kind of like where I land, so I just don't. I'll be better. So this is a recent finish. This is a Jingle Ball finish from this year. So this is the littlest, babiest pickle. It even has some beading on it. This is a Satsuma Street, and can you even look how little it is? It's stitched on a probably like 20 count, or I don't know, but I stitched this bad boy twice. So this is, I'm pretty sure, on a 20 count Aida, and then I put it on a sweatshirt using some 8.5 waist canvas, and then I just had to add a hat and some limbs with a heel click. So if that tells you anything about the variety of projects you will see here, we go from anywhere prairie schooler to, you know, putting wild pickles on sweatshirts and calling it good. On this journey, if I find more, remember to pull some, I'll just show you. Most of them are seasonal that are in my house, so it's going to be as I change for the holidays and decorates and differently and stuff. I'll just show you if I remember. Hell, I don't know. We'll just, again, we're living on a prayer right now. So I have a box here, pizza box situation. Did not contain pizza prior, but these are some stitchings that are finished but are not fully finished, so they're just kind of hanging around. And this is one I want to put into the universe. I would like to fully finish some of these because some of these are really cute and need to be not living in a box. So here's a sweater from somebody, some kind of tacky sweater. Look, I got started. I put some interfacing on that, so that's good. I like to use that with all my stitching, so when I finish it and stuff it, we don't have things coming out. So I don't know if that's right or wrong, but that's what I do. And then here's like a little Sue Hillis freebie. I'm sure it came with some other pirate patterns. Same thing, I got started. I have no idea who is this, but this is a rig, an oil rig, which is fitting for our part of the country. There we go. I just need to make a little pillow or put in a hoop or something. Here's another one that's very cute, and I have no idea who the pattern is. If you really want to know, I'm sure I can dig this out of my PDF files, but who doesn't want a hippopotamus for Christmas? Am I right? Let me look at that. Come on. This was a kit, and I decided that I didn't want to put it on the perforated paper. This is 2021, so go me for that. This is Santa. He's going places. Again, just kind of left him hanging. Not cool. This I know is a stitching with the housewives, something or other. I was really living on a dream there. Look at that. Didn't leave myself much room, but we can get a stitch in there. Sew it up, put some pom-poms or something on it. So that's on the list. I think this is thread milk. That light's not gonna do me any favors, is it? So funny, my Aunt Kay stitched this. She started her stitching journey. Hi Kay. Maybe this past year. And I passed this along to her so she could stitch it. And I finished hers. She mailed me hers and I finished it into a pillow, but not mine. Cannot be bothered once again. We'll see if this works. So this is a little, I don't know, Athena from Stitching Goddess Designs got me on these little bottles from somebody. I'm not sure, I don't remember, but it's Snape's Patronus there, always. So I have no idea how I'm gonna finish that one. So there's like 13 or 15 or 18, I don't know how many there are there, but I need to do something with it because it's just in a box. Now this is a needle point, and this was a custom print for me. That Salty Stitch, she's from Texas too, in the Panhandle, and she's got some fun stuff on her Etsy shop, and I just need to finish that. I mean, so how many times am I going to say that? This is another little one. I don't remember who it is. This is no year. I have no idea when I finished it, but just a little patriotic something or other that needs to be finished. And these next three are, I don't remember who it was. They're three different separate designers, but kind of all did this in cahoots together. So these I want to make into stand-ups. So there's some hocus pocus vibes for you. Well, the dog hair is free around here, just so you know. So I need to iron that a little more. And then here's the third one. Again, if y'all are really into any of these patterns, just let me know and I'll dig them out. But I don't know off the top of my head, and I don't want to just shoot from the hip on that, sorry. So there's that. And then this one, Jack and I went to Utah. We drove. Oh, I finished this in 23, so that's nice. We drove through Arizona up there. It was quite a trip. So this was just, I found this on eBay, I think, to commemorate that trip. It was fun. So I just need to pop that into frame. I just finished this bad boy like 2 or 3-ish. Maybe a week ago. I was gonna say days, but we're in that odd time. Like, what day is it? What time is it? We don't know. We just wake up and do the things. It's a nutcracker. I love / collect nutcrackers. So this guy will be a stand-up. His pants are hilarious. I don't know why they're that color. They don't match. He's somewhere between like a drunk pirate and a cowboy. He's everything. I love him. So hopefully I can get him done as a stand-up for Christmas next year. Figure that out. This I know is Sue Hillis, and this is stitched on Murky, and I hate Murky Ada. So the rest of this cut of fabric's coming to a D-stash near you, guaranteed. But I love pirates, and this is hilarious. So I gotta get that in a frame. Love him. Again, completely random stitching over here. Completely random. And then this big girl, I don't know that this is even gonna be, we'll see, it's full coverage, but this was my first retreat experience. And this is a Katie Landis pattern. And this was a seasonal retreat situation where a quarter of the pattern was released each time we visited Digital Stars Hollow. I mean, you can see all the things in this. So I gotta get Mr. Quilt Junkie to bang out a frame for me for that, because it's ready to go on the wall. So that's what I've got as far as finished things that need to grow up and be fully finished things. So hopefully we can get some of those things finished this year. So every once in a while, if you don't see one of those come out on my Instagram page, or if I don't show you, let's pretend this continues and I actually do another video, or hell, even post this one. If you don't see those, just be like, Jenny, I thought we were finishing things this year. And then maybe we will. So as far as what I've been doing since the first of the year, other than being sick with a little bit of crud, I had a new year, new start, as one does, with a couple of long distance friends. This lives in this folio that I made. I mean, I love these panels. Every time I can find them, I grab them up. I have a couple over here that are waiting to be made into pillows or something, but this was a start I did, and there's a group of us on Instagram that decided during the Jingle Ball we were just gonna start this. I'll pop in a picture of what it's supposed to look like. It's a PDF chart, so I don't have anything to show you, but it's Alexandra Adelaide. So I started this on the 1st. We've got a whole tree. It's leaning just a little bit because my linen's off center, but it's not squared up in here. And this other little tree is coming in hot, so I'll probably stitch on this until I don't want to anymore, and then we'll move on to something else. So that's what I've been doing. I just figured I'd go back until January 1st, so we could just like get it'll be a nice clean cut of when we started doing all the things. Okay, so I do have 2 plans that I'm going to commit to. I can make all these plans, but plans are made to be broken, I'll tell you that. I've got another friend that I've met. Her name's Sam, and I met her through Black Needle Society as well, and we actually started a project together, and because we both had our eye on it, and we were just like, hey, do you want to do this? And she said yeah, and I said okay, let's do it. And it is Cathedral Woods Goddess by Nora Corbett. I mean, look at her. So I made us, we have matching bags that I made. So she picked this fabric from Spoonflower, as one does, and I made a bag, and I made her a folio that these live in. And this is where my girl's at. My fancy lady, she's coming along. Holy Krynick. Insert profanity anywhere you see Krynick. It's not that fun. It's really not that bad, but it's just it's a little finicky. So I plan to get some stitches in on her over the next whenever I feel like it, basically. And Sam sent me a message saying that she worked on hers recently. It got pulled for a stitching challenge, so I said, okay, I owe you some stitches. I'll get that in. And then the other thing that I'm gonna start, thanks to the motivation from a chat I was on last night, I'm gonna start putting a few stitches a day in this mother's tree. My mother already has her tree. This one is for my Aunt Kay. So, and I know she's eager to have it, so, and I want to make it for her. I just need to, this tree's a beast, so I just need to like eat my vegetables before moving on. So once I get that tree done though, it'll be like smooth sailing, not a problem. That's kind of where I'm at stitching wise. So we're going to, I'm going to move the camera and set up a little differently so we can have a little more space, and I'll show you where I'm at with my quilting lately. So BRB. Hello. Do you appreciate geometry and a well-placed profanity? If so, welcome to the quilting portion of this program. you're likely to find both here, but let's just jump right in and I'll show you what I've been working on. Like I said, I don't keep a lot of quilts for us at the house. There are a lot of gifts. Maybe I'll change that one day, but we're just not there right now. So let me just grab my favorite. It's not my favorite, but it's up there. I made this for myself, which is rare, but this is a tulip pink fabric and pattern situation. This is gonna be a bit of a booger to show. We're just gonna do it though. So, purple skulls, is that what you're here for? If so, you have found the right place. So I did this, probably like, I'll have to go back. If you really care, I will. But it's not great. I'll be honest with you. Like, I'm seeing a corner binding back here that's not on lock. It's okay. That just reminds us where we were and where we're going and the journey. So this is my quilt that stays on the back of the couch pretty much year round. I will note this is not the color palette in our home. Jack would die. He's more of a beige kind of guy. So I'm a purple kind of girl, not pink. I got this in a kit that I'm pretty sure was from Strawberry Quilt Cake. You can follow her on Instagram. She makes some hella bags now that are quite impressive, and I want to be her when I grow up. So the pink is what it is, but I like it. It's fine. This was at a time where I had just gotten my Dreamweaver. I'm pointing over here like y'all can see, but so I was gifted by my parents a mid-arm quilt machine. So I have my Bernina Big Burn over here. She is just my sewing machine, regular machine, and then I have a quilting machine that is called a Dream Quilter 15, but every time Jack sees her, he starts singing Dreamweaver. We don't own the rights to that song, so you'll have to look it up by yourself. But so we just now, all the friends I have out here, we just affectionately call it the Dreamweaver. But I had just gotten her, so that was a huge gift from my parents that kind of opened the door to this. I think it's kind of like coloring or drawing with thread at some point. Like, it is what it is. So you can do like a loose meander. I don't have mine set up where you can put the tablet on and let it roll. I still drive mine. And so this was the opportunity. I had to see like what she was made of. Like, we're gonna try every quilting idea, good or bad, ugly. We're gonna do it. We're trying it. So you'll see here, like on this skull, this is just like really back-to-back heavy stitching. Each one of these skulls has its different eyes. I don't even know who I think I was then. Looking at this is chaos to my brain now, but we just had to, you know, push the boundaries back then. So this one's got some swirly loop-dees. Look at those eyes. A little bit freaky. Some more swirls here. So anyway, long story long, this is a crazy quilted project that I would never do again, probably. I mean, never say never, right? But like this one's all pebble quilting, which I would pebble quilt again in specific areas, but they're all just circles. And this skull is very Goonies, which I'm not mad about. But this was also a time where I was still trying to figure out how to fully machine bind. I've since given up that journey, and I machine bind on the front, fold over, and hand sew the binding down in the back. I just cannot find a way to be satisfied with the outcome of a full-on machine bind, so I don't do it. I don't want to spend hours and hours and hours on a quilt and all I see at the end is like, damn, that binding sucks. So I just don't. I just give myself the time and the grace to do a hand bind. If you got any tips or tricks for a machine bind, because there's some things that I would do, I would use it for, like bags, baby quilts, because babies don't care, things like that, let your girl know, because there are certain situations where I could see using it, but we don't live there right now. We are just hand binding. So that's my purple skull. I don't know the technical name of the pattern. If you want to know, I'll find it. So the next thing that's just on the top of the pile here is one of my favorite things. This is a Santa quilt block that I just slapped on the back of a flannel shirt. I love this. I get so many compliments on it, and I've even had someone offer to buy it off of my back, but not for sale. Not this one anyway, maybe one day. I wanted to show this because I think this project is awesome for beginners. This is one quilt block. This is a way that you can find out if you want to do more quilt blocks. You can find out, do I like following directions from a pattern? Do I like that pattern telling me what to do? Is this what I want to do with my spare time? Do I want to invest this amount of time across, you know, maybe 12, 15, 20 blocks to make a full-size, you know, quilt, or, you know, whatever you decide. So this kind of deal, you can get familiar with your 1/4" seams. This is scrappy. You could thrift like different materials, shirts, you know, kind of whatever you have around to make something like this. These blocks are available like tons of designers on Etsy, and I think, you know, they're like less than $5 for the pattern. And then you just do what the pattern says, and then unpick your mistakes and try again, and then eventually you'll get there. You know, like I said, tenacity. But another reason I like this is because this is just, you know, raw edge appliqued onto this shirt. I didn't even worry about the edge, and I still, every time I pull it out of the dryer, I just rip off some more threads that came undone and throw them in the floor. So give it a shot, see what you think, let me know. I got my eye on a nutcracker one, you know. So this next one is really a special quilt to me. This is something that, this is a form of a memory quilt, okay? So the red that you see is actually purchased fabric, and then the smaller blocks that are the whites and the black, this is actually shirts from my buddy, or my grandpa, on my dad's side, so my dad's dad. So my bunny, who's my grandma, she had kept some of these, and she actually started this quilt top, so I finished it for her. I did the she sent me with blocks, like all the 9 patches were done, and of course Bunny wanted them turned on point. Of course, if you know Bunny, you know she's that's what she would ask for. So I did that, and then quilted it, bound it, and then gave it back to her. Bunny passed away in May of last year, so this is very special to me because I feel like we made this quilt together, and it reminds me of both Bunny and Buddy. And it's just another fun way to do a memory quilt. So I did put a label on this one, and it's cool to see both of our names on there. So this is a fun one. That's that one. Love it, love it. This one is not technically finished. I thought it was, but now I'm seeing that this is still in it. So I use these giant safety pins to call out where something needs to be fixed or a tail needs to be tucked. It looks like I just switched, I just had to change bobbins or something when I was quilting this, and I just need to tuck this tail in and add a label, because I didn't even add a label. This is actually a gift for a very good friend and co-worker. This is a menagerie of bands that he was either inspired by or in. So this is a rather large custom t-shirt quilt. This is how I like to do mine. I like to do like based on what the logo or the image is, cut around it. I don't like to do like big chunks that are all the same. Sometimes it works out like that where you can get a 14 or 16 inch block throughout, but this is not the case. So this is his. This also has Minky on the back. Never again. Straight up. Never again. Hate it. Hate it. I don't know why it exists. So this one's kind of big. This one is this one may or may not even be on my Instagram, but you can see his eclectic playlist here. So anyway, that's where that one is. That's another one that's well loved. This one lives out here in his office. So those are the fully finished items I have. I guess we should mention the cactus in the room here. This will be a hard one for me to get rid of, as they most usually are. This is for my youngest niece, Kate. She needs a new bedspread for her big girl bed, so we're making a quilt. And we're almost there. So this is a pattern by Christina Cameli, maybe C-A-M-E-L-I. So it's done as far as the top goes. I mean, you can see that's the same thing, but this is only 58 by 72, so it doesn't quite fit a twin size mattress, but we're not gonna let that stop us. We never do. Don't tell us how to live our life. So basically I'll just add border to make it fit the measurements of her bed and back it. So we're pretty close. I just need to do the borders and then quilt her, and we'll be on our way. So that's actually in plans. And then she will need a pillow sham to go with it, and then I'll be able to gift her that. So need to make two king size shams for my folks. I'll try to put a picture of their quilt. I've mentioned it already a few times, and I will probably mention it several times because it's the biggest, most badass thing I've made. And I'll never make that again either. So third thing I want to get done, I'm actually repairing a quilt for a college friend. Her grandmother made her this, and it's been well loved. She's got some really good detergent. I'm gonna have to ask her, girl, what are you using? So it just needs some love. There's a couple of places in this. Not only am I touched that she would trust me with this, but this is hand quilted. This is really neat to see. So there's just like in this, we'll just patch that up for her. There's a couple of places that I've had to, I just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna patch it with some solid fabric that I have. Let me see if I can find it, because it's not just like a stitch up situation. So here's kind of an example. So things can be saved, and I know it's not a perfect match, but I think she'd rather have some patches of new fabric to fix these than not be able to love her quilt anymore, out of fear that it's going to just keep falling apart. So I've been working on that a little bit, and I think these are kind of the worst of it, so no big deal. And like I said, I just had these solids in my stash. Thank God we have a good stash. So I hope to get that finished, and that's all I have. If you made it this far, you're a trooper. Give me like a little purple heart down below so I know if you made it this far. Pepper dog, don't knock that over. You said good boy. And like I said, I'm gonna try to be better, because I would like to have kind of a catalog of things I've done. And somebody asked me about a commission. I was like, yeah, let me show you this, and I don't have anything to show because I suck. So until next time, see you when I see ya, and go make something. If I can, you can. Check you later. Bye.